Hi everybody, Ghost Critic, and we haven't done a long box history for a while, and a certain somebody keeps messaging me and telling me to get on with it. So here we are. We're up to, crikey, I can't believe we're only up to G, but I promise to post these videos up a bit more often. So let's kick off with a Generation X special. Yes, this is Scott Lobdell's and Chris Bacalow's 1994 X title. It came pretty much after the New Mutants, who were in the same kind of vein, a bunch of kids, but of course they grew up. They weren't like New Mutants anymore. So Lobdell and Bacalow created Generation X. There's issue 2. This was a group of young mutants. We'd seen a lot of them before. They included Husk, Skin, M, Jubilee, and we all know how I feel about Jubilee, Chamber, Sync, Penance, and Mondo. And Generation X was just a pretty fun title, really. It played around a lot with the kind of fantasy element, and it was like a true kind of mutant look with teenagers in it. Lobdell and Bacalow stayed on it for quite a while, 3 or 4 years, until some new creators took over the book. The team was, as you can see, there's Emma Frost at the top there. They were mentored by Emma Frost and Banshee. This wasn't centred in the X Mansion. They went down the road a bit to start their own X Academy off. And obviously I just loved this title purely really for Bacalow's artwork. So yeah, Teenage Mutants, they weren't Ninja Turtles, but they certainly had their adventures, and they certainly had their set of villains. Chamber, one of my favourite characters there, on the cover of issue 11. The return of Gen X's deadliest foe, and who was their deadliest foe? Well, it was this character, M-Plate. I suppose you could call him their arch nemesis. Every superhero team, every superhero has one villain that turns up again and again to try and defeat them. Just love that cover. And his name was M-Plate, and well, I say his, it was actually a she. And M-Plate was a mutant, but the only way she could survive, sorry I keep saying she survived, was to suck the marrow from mutants. Lovely. Issue 17. Think that might just be a little cameo from Stan Lee there. Moving on. It did have this kind of I was going to say pop, but I don't mean that. Art pop, what's the word I'm thinking of? There was a kind of psychedelic feel to it, at least with the Lobdell and the Bacalow section part of Generation X. But it was just a whole lot of fun with a bunch of teenagers. You got obviously some interesting cameos there. Howard the Duck. Number 24. Number 25, Anniversary Spectacular. Jubilee there. They got caught up in the Operation Zero Tolerance line, and eventually once Lobdell left, a guy called Robinson took on, and we started learning a bit more about M, and certainly a quite convoluted storyline regarding her origin and her connection to M-Plate, interestingly enough. I won't spoil it for anybody, but let's just say M was more than one woman. It lasted actually for 75 issues, towards the end, which we're coming up to. Got who was it? Oh, that was it. It was Warren Ellis. He took over the kind of final part of this this run of Generation X, and it all got involved with the Counter X, where Quesada came on board as, I believe, editor, and he decided there was far too many irrelevant X titles. And he, in his infinite wisdom, decided it was Generation X to go, along with, I think it was X-Man, and there was another one. Oh, I can't remember which one it was now. But there was certainly another title that he didn't see fit to keep going, so got a nice fun Avengers cover there. Thor and Spider-Man there, with Iron Man and what looks like Phoenix. Monet Vampire Slayer probably was around the time that Buffy was quite popular. Here we are with issue 64, and said the Counter X storyline. They started turning into kind of like a radical, cool mutant group that basically went out to save other children, basically mutants and the norms. Shockwave 4-part story there. And then the final one, obviously I haven't got all of these. There are a few fillers I need to get to complete the title. But that was the last Generation X title I got. And then for the rest of Generation X, I've got a few annuals from '96, which has a probably, yes, it's got a nice little wraparound cover there. 1998 Chamber, and finally, oh, got them in the wrong order, but there's 1997 Generation X annual. So I'm gonna leave that for now with the G's, but I shall do the rest of the G's straight after.